Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3. Matt Canada. Matt Canada is finally gone. Can you believe that? Now, what is crazy, guys? What is really crazy, right? Is I woke up today. It is my 6:38 a.m. I woke up today about an hour ago, and on my phone, I legit reckon 15, 17 texts. Mark, did you see this? People on YouTube, friends overseas, my friend in Australia. So many people. Did you see the big news about Matt Canada? So first of all, shout out to you for keeping me in the loop. But I was asleep. I was out. I miss every single breaking news possible. So when Matt Canada gets fired, and by the way, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. Matt Canada being fired is it's what the team needed. They need something to move forward and actually get out there and go play some Steelers football. That's what they need. So when I woke up today on my phone, there was about 15, 17 texts saying, Mark, get on, make a video. So unfortunately, I can't do it. I wish I could. Maybe in the future, if I ever do move to America, I can break the news, but I just can't do it. But regardless, it happens. Doesn't matter if you hear it here first, if you hear it here for the 345th time. It's about time that the Steelers made the move to fire Matt Canada. Let's be honest, he was an absolutely awful coordinator, like beyond awful. And I was at the point where I didn't care anymore. I was like, there's 7 games to go. I can't keep saying it. I can't keep bashing him. But he was beyond awful. Now, we had a statement here from Mike Tomlin. And of course, Mike Tomlin had his press conference too. Matt Canada has been relieved of his duties as offensive coordinator. I appreciate Matt's hard work and dedication, and I wish him the best moving forward in his career. So you give him a shout out. You say, thanks, mate. You move on. Mike Tomlin's all business. From this point, it's all business. They're now going with, I think, at the play designer or play scheme. I think running back coach Eddie Faulkner is getting around that style. And the play calling duties on game day, I think, is Mike Sullivan, the passing coordinator for Kenny Pickett, or quarterback coach for Kenny Pickett. So it's a 1-2 punch. It's a team environment to take on this job and this responsibility. Here's the first thing I want Steeler fans to do, though. Be patient. Be very patient, right? Don't expect crazy results straight away. Don't expect, us to go and score 50 points. However, wait until the end of the video because I got one last point I do want to make about that, right? Be patient. If it looks the exact same, if it's not working on all cylinders, firing all cylinders, then to that case, just be patient. We can't be yelling out fire, Faulkner, fire, O'Sullivan, because it's not working in the first quarter. Things take time when change happens. Now, change is good, but things take time. Mike Tomlin had to make this choice. He really did. He really had to make this choice because the locker room, people and players, I think, people were getting a perception of players that they were frustrated. Najee Harris came out the other day, was really frustrated, and you could see that. George Pickens the other day on Instagram, super annoyed and angry, right? So these things were building up. Kenny Pickett was showing signs of not wanting to even talk to Matt Canada on the sidelines. The players were getting visibly upset and just overall done with the situation. But it comes down to as well, the last game versus the Browns, they had 2 drives to finish the game. And in the first drive going down the field with 5 minutes to go, they complete a pass to Pickens for 14 yards, first down. Then the next three plays from the Cleveland 40, they can't move the ball anywhere. They go backwards, and you lose the game. So that ultimately, that Browns game is pretty much where the nail was in the coffin. It was set, done, see you later. Goodbye, Matt Canada. You had to move down the field in the last 5 minutes to score a field goal and win the game. And this offense just can't do that. Offense right now has so many star players from Pickens, DJ, Calvin Austin, tight ends, Washington, Haywood, Muth, you name it. So many players, Najee and Jalen Warren, but they don't use them effectively. Matt Canada, his play calling is just awful, beyond bad. Remember the years they would throw a halfback screen to Najee, like 4th and 14? They would throw a shovel pass to Zach Gentry, right? He'd get overly excited because he got Claypool to the end zone with someone else, but that was like one good play he had. There was never any rhythm to Matt Canada's offense. You'd see some good things. He'd come down the sideline now, 2-0 on the sideline, and he'd be doing really good work, and then the running game would be going awesome. And then for some reason, the running game with the Browns game goes really great with Jalen Warren, and you don't use him near the end. Like nothing was consistent with the Matt Canada offense. And it was very boring, plain, stale, and just terrible, right? And it's the first time, I think, since 1946 the Steelers have made an in-coaching fire in the season, right? According to Adam Schefter. There's a stat out there somewhere. Anyways, this is overall good news. Overall good news for the team. The team now has to bounce back. Like they got to rally together, have a players meeting, and really get after it, right? You say Matt Canada was here, that happened, he was a coordinator, and this is the point where you just move on. You move on and you start playing football. You start playing Steelers football. And in that case too, you play the same football we saw versus the Titans, versus Green Bay, and even versus the Browns with Jalen Warren. You run the ball. This now gives Kenny a chance to have, I guess, a resurrected, maybe short-term career because he was regressing. He was getting worse and worse each week. And this is why I say you need to be patient. Whatever does happen, you need to be patient in this scenario. You can't expect Kenny Pickett to go out there and throw 4 TDs, 5 TDs, but it would be great to see, right? Here's my last point, though, on the Matt Canada firing. I'm sure we'll talk about this all week, and I know I've got more to say. I might even do a live later on today. There's a lot going on. Here's the last point, though. This is for the players now, for the players to really step up. Like, I mean, you need to separate yourself as a player, a receiver, offensive lineman, running back, anyone on the offense, any person on the offense that carries a ball or affects the play in any situation. George Pickens running routes. Any player on that offense right now, they need to separate themselves from the Matt Canada experience that was his coaching. Okay. The only way you do that is by go by winning games, making yards, getting TDs, and being the best absolute Steeler you can ever be. You have to separate yourself from Matt Canada. That's what they need to do. Now, Warren, he's cool. Warren plays hard regardless. Najee can play good football when he's got the right things moving and the O-line is functioning and moving forward. Kenny Pickett, here's your time. Kenny Pickett's time is right now to separate the Matt Canada and the Kenny Pickett because this will be your last excuse. Kenny Pickett will have this 7 games. Then next year they'll find an offensive coordinator. And then next minute, you got to find out who's who in the zoo. So the players have to separate themselves from Matt Canada. And the only way you do that is by going out there and getting results. That's DJ catching the football. That's Calvin Austin breaking tackles and running to the house. That's George Pickens manning up and just taking the responsibility of blocking and getting those combat catches or whatever. It's Frymouth getting open in the middle, putting his hand up and saying, hey, fire to me. It's Darnell continuing to block. It's Jones, the guys on the O-line, doing a better job than they did versus the Browns. Every single person on the Steelers offense right now, they need to put their hand up or put their hand in the dirt, and they need to separate themselves from Matt Canada, right? 100%. Anyways, guys, thank you for checking out Steelers Nation Australia. I'll do a live later on today so we can talk about everything, but that is massive news. Matt Canada has been relieved of his duties, offensive coordinator, and he's out. This is big for the Steelers. This is almost a fresh start for our Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll see you later. It's my 7 a.m. I'll catch you later.